Here we are, the last of our series, and it's just been a beautiful time to be able to connect with you either through the recording or live. So welcome back for this last session. I'll be telling you a little bit about what's coming up towards the end of this class, but before we begin to move, I'd love you to put into the chat anything that you're walking out with from this series that we've done together, this 9 weeks that we've spent together, anything that sort of stands out for you about your own inner work, and any practices that you feel like you particularly are drawn to do right now. It would be very helpful to know and to share that. So what are you walking away with, and what feels like are the practices that feel most useful for you right now? And of course, if you're watching the recording, I would be very, very interested to know. I'm sad not to see you live, and I also would love to see you through the Chi field. So letting me know what's been going on for you helps us connect. Marcy, a sense of possibility and blossom in the spring is this practice that you'll be working with. That's wonderful. Wei Qi and shower for you, Sandra. Okay, that sounds like a perfect combo for you, especially as you work towards your being the heart master in that group. Sherry, walking away with appreciation for our community and practicing embrace the wind, caress the moon. Interesting. Deepening your joy, Phyllis, doing the shower and Wei Qi. Interesting. These two, they're almost paired together. And Arlene, calmness and a peacefulness to looking and clearing inner psychic impacts. Beautiful. I'm so glad. Enjoy the future with Wei Qi and shower happening. Very good. Anybody else have anything that you want to let me know? Sharon, connecting with Mother Earth and learning to embrace energy. Fantastic. Hi, Khulud. Glad that you're here. I just asked people to check in with anything that they're walking away from the 9 weeks that we had together, since this is our last session. And also any practices that stand out for you that you feel will be useful to continue to work with.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Beth, how important marshaling your energy is, and new commitment to using Qigong to help with that. Very, very good. All right. Okay, so good. Let's go ahead and do it. We're going to start with just a brief warm-up, hands on the hips, and let's begin to circle those hips around, relaxing your jaw, relaxing the space between your eyebrows, always beginning with this particular move, because this is the place, this is the activity, remember, where you can integrate information, where you can take in new data, be able to move it through the lower dantian. It's part of the composting process. Today, we're going to be working with earth practices. We've done heaven and human practices the last couple of weeks. We'll finish with the earth ones, the earth triad. So this is, let's go around in the other direction. So this is all about transmutation and transformation, which is the perfect lead in into the summer, where we're starting to look at the impact of what's called lotus energy, which has to do with this beautiful power, a powerful flower emerging from the mud. So it's this transmutation from that which is stagnant and stuck into that which can emanate out from the heart with love. All right, feet hip distance apart. Lift your toes up, spread them out, put them down again, soften your knees, connect your sits bones to your heels. Let's do a little bit of shaking practice here, relaxing your jaw, relaxing the space between your eyebrows, and just imagine, if you can, to shake off the stressors that you might have find yourself walking into the week with. There's all kinds of heaviness that a lot of folks have been reporting to me or feeling and experiencing, understandably, given the days. So really wanting to shake off that which keeps you from being present, because being present is how you best show up to be able to create the shifts and changes that you want to, especially as we open up into the summer, as we move from the anger and frustration of spring, which we have been working with, to move into kindness and forgiveness. And this moves into now the summer, which is impatience, even hatred, moving into love and compassion. So opening up to love and compassion requires shaking off that stagnation, because love is a verb, right? It's not a noun. It's an action. All right, and just relax. Drop your head over to one side and then over to the other. So we're just going to go from side to side here. And as you do this movement, just relax your jaw, relax the space between your eyebrows, and then we're going to go forward and back. So bring your chin down, lift your chin up, but don't crunch your neck. Just think of lengthening the front of your throat. So down and up a couple more times, and down and up, and then come to center, and let's circle those shoulders around in a nice full circle. And then hands on the shoulders, circle the elbows. And then backstroke one arm back and then the other. Make sure you follow your hand with your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax the space between your eyebrows. And then drop your hands by your sides, head to one side again, and then the other, back and forth, just like we did a moment ago. Back and forth, side to side, and then look down, and then look up, and down, and up, and down, and look up, and then bring your head over to the side again. Take your hand to the side of your head, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, just let that weight of the hand help you stretch that neck. Deep breath, exhale, bring that opposite shoulder down today. So bringing it straight down, and then bringing your head to the center, soften your knees, point your elbows down towards your knees, relax your jaw, relax the space between your eyebrows, and then roll up and look up at the sky or ceiling, and bring your elbows way back. Stretch your palms out through your palm heels and lower your hands down. Head goes to the second side. Deep breath, excuse me, exhale, pull your shoulder down, and inhale, release. Exhale, pull down, and excuse me, inhale, release. One more time, pull down and reaching out one finger at a time, and then rotate that hand back and forth. And then relax, bring your hand to the side of your head, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let the weight of the hand just gently increase the stretch, and then send your other hand down, fingers down towards the ground. Relax your jaw. Keep breathing, soften those knees, and then bring your head to center. Lace your fingers behind your head. This time we're going to bring the elbows down towards the knees. So point the elbows down towards the knees, and then roll up and look up towards the ceiling, elbows pull back, and come back to center, keeping your elbows out to the side. Think of pointing your elbows out in the two directions. So you're opening up from between the shoulders as well as across the chest, and then bring your one elbow down on a diagonal. So I'm not going straight down right here, but down on a diagonal here, and bend your knees, inhale. Exhale, extend and lift that top elbow up a little bit higher. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift that top elbow up. Good. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift that top elbow up. Come back to center and curl forward again. Point your elbows down towards your knees and then roll up. And let's take it to the other side, over to the side. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, we're going towards the corner of the room. So again, not going straight down, but going out. Bend the knees. Exhale, extend. You'll feel that stretch down the side of the waist and ribs. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. And of course, if you're seated in a chair, you're just going to compress the spine and lengthen. Okay, good. Come back to center. Stretch your palms up towards the ceiling or sky and circle those arms around. Full circle. And then around in the other direction. And then bring your arms down by your sides. Lace your fingers, squeeze the shoulders together, lift your chest up. And then palms forward, upper back presses back, and turn from side to side. All right. Good. All right, going to come forward and have a seat because we're going to start with Blossom in the Spring today. Just a final review of this form as we move from spring into summer. So this is just sort of moving the wheel, right? It ends with this wheel motion. And this wheel motion is really about what's bringing us to the summer, because the summer is a time of fruition and opening and really allowing you to be in the power of what your heart is, whether that has to do with justice, whether it has to do with a sense of creative expansion, whether it has to do with a sense of showing up in the way that you are in your most power. So Blossom in the Spring is seated, Lotus is walking. That's what we'll be moving into. So this is all about this moving, this being with the cycle of life and moving then into the sense of the fruition of the season. So left hand under the right. Take a moment to breathe into your palms. Remember the seed or seeds that you have planted, and we'll just run through the form one time together. So a seed warmed by the heart falls down to earth. Now, before we continue to move, just close your eyes, take a moment to breathe and feel that seed in your palm. Breathe. Breathe some more. And then open your eyes. We water that seed with your thoughts, your intentions, the feelings that you have about those seeds. And then coming forward, a move around sticks, stones, obstacles to go into the earth. So we've worked on this piece around how that adaptability of seeking nourishment. When we seek nourishment, we adapt. And then coming up and gathering into the creative center of your lower dantian, as that seed begins to open now and sends out its stem to go up through the surface of the earth, finds the place where it can open into the light of the sun. And there's this moment here that's almost a surrender moment. This is a place where we listen to our guidance. We go beyond whatever the narrative is that we have about what's happening in our lives, and we listen to that larger perspective. And from there, we can move that perspective through the heart to the first expression, which is a branch that heralds the leaf. And then the leaf opens up and there's a bud that appears from that leafed stem. Okay, that bud begins to open, sort of sees what's out there in the world, and then appears to close for a moment to gather more strength, courage, compassion from the heart. This expansion and contraction then leads into full blossom. When we contract, when we have to face those demons or those naysayers, that allows us to stand stronger in the power of full blossom. Going to gather the essence of that blossom, of where you are when you're in your fullness, and bring it down in front of you so that you can add to it the light of the sun and the moon and the stars. And as we do that, we're creating a medicine which we then drink in. So let that go through the cells of the hair on your skin, through your skin, all the way into the essence, the very marrow of your bones. You're feeding the cells with this elixir, with this power. And then you're going to enfold yourself, embrace yourself, encircle yourself with that medicine. Let it go down your back, down to your tailbone. And we're going to just take a moment here to just let that happen. So close your eyes, breathe for a moment, just keep your focus on your breath and the sense of being fed this combination of what you bring to the world with the guidance that you hear from your divine source. Breathe and listen. Then that flower comes up to blossom, full blossom, I'm sorry, to seed, to maturity. Those seeds scatter in the wind, and then they fall to earth, each in their own timing. This is how we influence others when we're walking our path with integrity. And then those seeds each send out their roots to go deep into the earth. And then we come to the end here where we are acknowledging the cycle of life, death, rebirth, that which unites us with all living beings. So that rebirth doesn't have to be reincarnation. It can be the rebirth of the ideas that you generate. And then the new seed warmed by the heart falls down to earth. I'm going to have you close your eyes for one moment and breathe and take a moment to ask yourself, what stage does your blossom feel like it's in? Are you still rooting? Does it feel like something is pushed through into the light of the sun? Do you feel like you're in contraction or in the expansion of full blossom? Are you seeing the impact of who you are and how you be impact the world around you, your world? Just notice what you notice and breathe. And if you were to see that stage as that blossom, just see if you can picture any flower that comes to mind in that stage of development, from first rooting all the way out through full blossom and releasing into the earth again. Very good. Then open your eyes, clap your hands together, rub them, bring your hands down the front, up the back, and out, and splash. And let's go ahead and stand back up. And place your hands on your heart, circle it around. So again, moving from the spring into the summer is basically working now, going from the liver, anger, frustration into kindness, forgiveness, to the heart, hatred, impatience, going into love and compassion. So let's take a moment to feel the heart, your heart, and then around the other direction. Take the feeling in of your hands on your heart. Feel the warmth of those hands. Very good. All right, and we'll move now into the tiger. So lift your heels up. And actually, before we lift the heels up, remember the tiger is all about your passion. It's about being able to deliver, to go for what you want to see happen, the commitment that you have, the tenacity that you have, combined with this sense of love and reciprocity that happens through the heart. Okay, so when we're embodying the tiger, what I'd like you to do is think about where you want to see yourself be or go, or what is it that you're bringing into the summer? Okay, what is it that your focus is? And how can you be in your integrity with that focus? Then lift your heels up, bend your knees, bring your claws out in front of you, wide fingers, curled fingers, and tuck your pelvis so that you're rounding your lower back. And we're going to breathe. Let's do it 9 times first. Exhaling out, and the emphasis is on the exhalation. So it's, and then relax. Now, of course, if you're sitting, all you need to do is curl forward from your sits bones. It's the exact same practice. So up on the toes, those of you who are standing, soften your knees, curl your spine, open your eyes really wide. This time we're going to go 18 times. And then bring your hands to your lower dantian. See if you can focus something that has to do with your heart expansion. What would you be doing if you were in that full blossom position? What does that look like? How does that feel? What do you know about it? How can you own that? All right, so this time we're going to do the tiger 36 breaths. Coming up on the toes, bend your knees, curl your lower back, widen your eyes, and begin. And hands come to the lower abdomen. If you decide to practice the tiger, pick one of those, 9, 18, or 36. Any of those will work. Soften your knees. Drop your sits bones down to your heels now. Close your eyes. Take a moment to breathe. Notice what you notice. And then shake out. Okay, so we're going to go into these earth practices. One of them very familiar here, which is the feet apart. The water wheel. This is to work with the concept, the triad of the heaven aspect of the earth triad, or the ways in which our earth, our ability to manifest, gets informed by that universal consciousness is through circles go into spirals. That recognition of how our life tends to go in patterns, right? So just like we have different seasons, the weather may change, but the seasons stay the same. So there's a sense of being able to move through these different seasons of our awareness, but with a sense of expanding all the time our consciousness, building our awareness, spiraling up and out so that we're moving out of stagnation into manifestation. So take the back of your right hand onto your left kidney, and let's begin the spiral activity, inhaling down. And as you exhale, send the chi from your arms down into your kidney. And again, inhale and exhale. 2 more times in this direction. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And hands on the lower dantian. And then change it. Take the other hand behind your other kidney and inhale down and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Good. Bring your hands to the lower abdomen. Okay, and shake it out. So the human aspect of the earth triad has to do with integrity. Its integrity activates change. When we're in integrity, and integrity in this sense includes your ethical and moral values, but it also has to do with the integrity of your body, being able to hold heaven, human, and earth in alignment as you walk through your days. Integrity also has to do with the integration of all of who you are. So it's being able to embrace all those different aspects, be with the grief, be with the pain, be with the anger, be with the love, be with the joy, be with the possibility thinking, be with the fears of not having possibilities. All of those things get embraced in the integrity so that we're able to hear these different voices and then make choices about how we honor them. All right, so universal integration form is the first of 8 flowing forms. As you know, feet are turned out here. Soften your knees, drop your tailbone down towards your heels, lift through your spine, relax your jaw, relax the space between your eyebrows, and let's begin with this movement here going into the heaven realm first. So heaven, the vastness of possibility thinking, all is well in this realm. This is where we are all one and can feel no sense, understand that. Okay, and then we're going down through the earth, down into the other side of the earth, right? All the way out to the cosmos beyond the earth, beyond this planet. And then reaching out with the fingers, especially the middle fingers, all the way out See if you can imagine going past the sky in all directions. And then once we're up here, we're going to form a little cloud. And this is where we're inviting ourselves to understand this universal consciousness one bit at a time, one cloud at a time. One cloud of awareness passes through, one cloud of possibilities passes through, and then we move into the next one. So here we're going to envelop ourselves here with that sense of heavenly connection. Very similar here to Blossom in the Spring, because this is a moment of internal listening. So I'd like you to take a moment to breathe. And in this position, close your eyes for just a moment and ask yourself, what does heaven want you to know? What helps encourage and support and guide you? What is the guidance that you have, your inner, your wisest self, your most expansive self? And then open your eyes and raise your hand so that in this position, you want to get as big as you possibly can be, right? Because heaven is all about vastness, expansion. And then there's a wave of energy. And the hands come down into transition. And then we move into the human realm, more compact, smaller, all heart-based. And again, heart has to do with your passion, what you care about, as well as the sense of reciprocity of give and take, because it's an action. Again, it happens among us. Middle fingers here representing the heart, connecting with the Baihui point, the crown of your head, which is your mind. So as we bring that mind and heart together here, and this is a place you actually touch, let your fingers come and rest on the crown of your head. A lot of times we don't touch, there's space in between. In this case, we're really locking that in. And in that process, we start to cultivate discernment. We start to separate the wheat from the chaff. What feeds you? What drains you? And you're going to comb out of your system whatever it is that keeps you from being present with your heart, and let that go down into the earth and back into the past. So that now we're going to bring the hands forward, and we're going to connect here with the lung one points, and those lung points on either side of the heart are all about your courage, being able to have your voice and speak your truth. And going out here on the diagonal from there, wave from between the shoulders out. And then the hands come down and transition. And earth realm up onto the diagonal here. And this is the final realm here. This is all about what we manifest, what we create with that vision and heart of the heaven and human elements. And we're going to sink down. I'd like you just to take a moment to feel for what the earth is telling you. Now, we didn't do that with the heart, but don't worry, we're going to. I haven't forgotten. But right now, I want you to feel for what supports you. What is the earth element saying to you? What is it that you feel like gives you the food to go on? Is it connecting with people who you feel that connection with? Is it being sure that you are taking care of your body, your self-care practices are in place? Is it about building up that confidence? Let's raise that energy up. And then you're going to go down a little deeper. So this is about going into the unconscious, that which is, of course, so dominant in us, and raising up whatever we need to pay attention to consciousness, so that we are able to be present with our changes, our transformation, our composting process of the earth. And we're going to drink in compost. And as we do, we're aligning heaven, human here in the torso, from the throat down to your belly button, and then earth in the lower dantian and legs and feet, and transition. And we're going to make fists with the thumbs on the insides of those fists. Bring your left foot into your right foot and come up out of it. And bring your hands together. Take a moment just to close your eyes and feel the the neck and head and 3 feet above the head, shaped like a funnel, collecting guidance from the heavens. Hips, legs, and feet, 3 feet down into the earth, shaped like a pyramid, drawing up, receiving the energy, powerful yin energy of the earth. And as those two move from above to below and from below to above, this energy travels out from the heart. So now I'm going to ask you to think about your heart. And as you do, what does your heart know? What does your heart want to express in these days to come as we move into summer, as we move into the season of the heart, as we move into the fire of your passion? Because the heart is all about fire, which of course is very transformative. And then bring your hands to the lower dantian. Okay, so before we check in with the chat, I want to tell you a little bit about what's coming up for the summer. I'm going to be doing a Lotus workshop. This year I'm doing it at the peak of summer. So it's going to be in July. And the Lotus is all about the expansion of your heart, your passion, your power, your unfolding into fruition. And so we'll be working with some of the practices from this long walking form called the Lotus to optimize kind of an easeful expansion that summer can bring, expansion into the more and more of your own true nature. And I wanted to give a special prize to you, to this group, just as a thank you for being here for these 9 weeks. Cherry's going to put in the chat where you can go to join. It'll be on July 20th. But to add an extra incentive, because I think that Lotus is one of the most important forms that I teach, because it's so heart-centered. And I think that what I'd like to do is I'd like to honor summer solstice. So if you sign up in this week, you'll get a lower price because the price will be going up. And I'm going to invite you to join me on summer solstice, which is June 20th. It's a Thursday, this same time, 12:15 to 1 Pacific. What is that, 3:15 to 4 Eastern. And we'll be doing a special solstice meditation. So a lot of the work we've done is Qigong. It's the movement of our bodies and embodying that intention. With this one, it's going to be Neigong. It's internal. It will still probably do some Qigong, but it's going to be really working with the inner energies. So we'll be working with this summer solstice energy, and I'll be putting it out to people as a paid thing, but for you guys, it's free if you sign up this week, just as a way to incentivize you to, even though it's summer, and I know we tend to all go all over the place in summer, and there's all kinds of travels and stuff. If you can possibly make it here on Zoom, I really would love you to do it, because I think that heart energy is particularly important right now in what's happening in our world. The more we can come stay into the integrity of the heart, the more effective we can be in what the intention is of, again, the fruition that summer represents. So Maya Angelou used to say, ask for what you want and be prepared to get it. So I'd like you to think about that as you consider the Lotus, that this is all about asking for what you want, being prepared to get it, because the Lotus is all about transmutation, right? It moves out of the mud. So the mud has to do with stagnation and stuckness and things that keep us from being effective. And the Lotus transforms it into this delicate fragrance that wafts across the lake. So this is this happens in a kind of magical way, but how? We're going to be looking in this meditation at the transmutation that is compost, to prepare ourselves for the Lotus workshop. So the summer solstice meditation will be a way to prepare your energy for that. So please think about doing that with me, and information, I'll send information later also in the follow-up email. All right, so that being said, I'd like to now put your hands back on your heart. Close your eyes and breathe. Relax your jaw. See if you can remember what your guidance said from the heaven realm. See if you can remember now what the earth support is offering from the earth realm, the action steps, but also that sense of solidity of the foundation of your own internal power, not power over, but that internal power to be able to withstand and stay the course. Right? Because this lotus energy that we're entering into is very bendable. It doesn't break easily. It's tensile. And so we want to develop that tensile quality. So that earth is that energy coming up from the earth all has to do with that fresh brown energy that is compost. Okay, and then again, coming back to your heart. And today, what I'd like you to ask you to think about when you go into this heart meditation or heart awareness, we're not quite in a meditation. When you go into this heart awareness, if you were to think about a prayer that you want to send out of a place of love, and that love can be strong, it can be tough love, it can be soft, it can be whatever it is. But when you think about your heart, and there's so much suffering out there, how do you want, what is your heart resonating? What is that quality? Is it compassion? Is it action? Is it resistance to injustice? Is it creative expansion? Is it creating community, being in community, having love in that sense? What do you feel your heart is saying now? Fed by your guidance, supported by the earth. And when your heart tells you what it is that the quality is that you're wanting to bring, please put that in the chat. Please put in the chat, what is your heart saying for today? Loving kindness from Phyllis. Trust that justice requires joy. Marcia, that's beautiful. Arlene, love, joy, kindness, and peace. Khulud, open your heart to possibilities. That is very, very lotus. These are all very, very lotus. Justice requiring joy, very lotus. Loving kindness, very lotus. Peace, Arlene, very lotus. Sandra, you're being told to stay strong and bold, very lotus, because it takes blossom in the spring and it goes, whew, take that into action, take that into your life, make things happen, see them expand. Opening wide to encompass all, Beth. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I don't know if that's everybody. It might be. So we're going to go ahead and go and take that into motion. So feet this time turned out slightly, hands on the lower abdomen. Close your eyes. Hold in your heart, in your mind's eye, and in your gut those to whom you are sending impassioned prayer and love. So we did the heaven realm of the earth was to circles moving into spirals, and the integrity activates change was the human aspect of the earth. Now we're in allowing alchemy, allowing change to happen in us, around us, and being, for some of us, it's warriors for change. Some of us, it's prayer warriors for change. Some of it's whatever it is, it's that compost of change. Okay, so open your eyes, connect your hands, connect your palms, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop a pebble into the lake of that loving energy that you named and let that ripple out. And when we do this, you want to be really centered on your feet. So be aware of the ball of your big toe, the ball of your little toe, and your heel. Be aware of your knees soft. If you're seated, I still want your feet on the ground if they can be. Knees are soft if you're standing. You want to have this sense of being connected to the earth, the crown connected to the sky. And as we do this, we can watch, just like you're a goddess or the goddess that you are, this dropping down of this intention into the lake of your pelvis. And then from your heart, opening out, let the hands open out, feel that energy ripple out in wider and wider circles. Let this be as big as possible, as big as you can envision. Let it go for the whole globe. Let it go into the cosmos, however it is that you feel like you want to do it. And you can think of specific people or peoples that you want to support, feel love for. Let that go out like a huge tidal wave of internal power, not because you're reaching out of your center, but because you're so totally in your center. And when we're in the center, this ripple effect then affects the world around us. So as we inhale, palms come together. As you exhale, drop that pebble into the lake. Reach your hands forward and open out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Long exhalation. Inhale. Exhale. This time, rock a little bit forward towards the front of your feet. And then as your hands come back, bring back into the heels and inhale coming in. Exhale forward and out. Inhale back into your heels. Exhale forward and out. Inhale back into your heels. One more time with feeling. Feel your heart. Feel that expansion. Feel the possibility of alchemy, of change. Exhale. Inhale. Hands on the lower dantian. Close your eyes, take a moment to feel what you feel and see if you can feel those ripples still moving out from your center core, out in wider and wider directions, bringing heart to your world, bringing love and compassion. Feel the guidance that you can trust. Feel the support that you can receive. Align yourself. Feel the crown of your head up towards the sky. Feel the feet grounded into the earth. And then open your eyes, tapping in anything useful from our final class today. And then tap yourself on the shoulder, cup that hand, and coming down the arm, really pulling out any remaining stagnation so that you can just go out there and rock your week. And then coming up on the inside and then underneath your arm pit. And let's go around the breast a couple of times here, maybe one more time, and then tap your chest. And then shoulder, cup your hand. And then coming up underneath your armpit and around your breast. Do that a few times. And then back to the chest, coming down to your solar plexus, source of your Wei Qi. A lot of you named Wei Qi in the shower as your practices you're carrying forward. And then coming down to your belly. And then we're going to just bounce into the belly. Really give yourself some good solid tap, right? Because this is where we integrate information. This is where we compost. that which is not working for us, right? This is a really important, it's your jing, it's your get up and go. And good, going out to the outsides of the hips and coming down the outsides of the legs and coming up on the insides of the legs. Let's do that 2 more times, going down and coming up. And one last time, down and coming up, and lower back and upper back, back of your neck, bang behind your ears, top of your head, and clap, rub, coming down the front, coming up the back, and out, and splash yourself. And let's splash one another, and splash yourself again. So any questions about anything we've done over these 9 weeks or anything about the upcoming summer solstice meditation? I hope you'll join me for that so that we can really move into summer with a sense of real intention and purpose. Until next time I get to meet with you, be well and let the chi flow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So Vicki, what time is the summer solstice? Is that at 12:15 PT time?
Yes.
Okay, the summer solstice, okay. And the Lotus workshop is on the